Okay, welcome back. We are now going to work on the third card from the Sailing Home bundle. So, we've already done this once, and this is take number 2. Hope we don't have to do a take number 3. So this is the card that we're doing, and this is the Peekaboo card. So if you take the band off and open it up. Hello, and there's your happy birthday. So, that is what we are going to work on. I will tell you, this time I pre-stamped everything, so I'm pretty much ready to go with this stuff. So this is what, and I would suggest before you start watching the video, you can pause it now, pre-stamp these things. So that way you can kind of follow along with the tutorial. So let's go ahead and start with the base. Let me slide those around. So we're going to start with the base, and you are going to score. You're going to score this at 2 1/8, and that's that 2 and then 1 over, the one little dot over. Okay, then just turn it around. I think it's easier this way. 2 1/8 again. Okay. That's your scoring. That's what you're going to do for scoring on the scoreboard. Give it some crisp little edges. And if you do it exactly on that 2 1/8, see how that's perfectly lined up, which is really nice. Then let's pull in this piece, and we're going to decorate this piece. So what we are going to do first is we're going to take the little seaweed there, and let me grab some adhesives. I forgot to grab my adhesives out. Okay, now we're ready. So I'm just going to take a couple glue dots. It's kind of what I like to stick on the back of here. So just stick a couple little glue dots in there, and then maybe we'll put 3. Okay, perfect. Now put it back on your little circle there. Okay, and then the next thing I did was I popped up the lighthouse. So let's pop up that lighthouse. I'm going to put 3 of these pop-ups on there. Perfect. Pop that up. And just about there's good. Okay. And then I'm going to take some twine, and I like to stick a glue dot. I don't know why my glue dots are kind of sticking. Let's stick a glue dot right there. And then take your twine and just stick it where the glue dot is, make a loop, go over it again. Make another loop on the other side. Go over it again, another little loop. Go over it again. You might need to add another glue dot at this point. My glue dots are getting hung up. I don't know why. Because I'm on video, that's why. Stick another glue dot there. Go back over that side, come over. And then trim your twine. Okay? Easy peasy. Oops. And don't touch it if you don't want it to come up again. Then take your little message here. I love this message. Let hope be your anchor through the storms of life. And we all have storms of life sometimes. Speaking of storms, it's supposed to be a little stormy again today, like yesterday. And then just put that right over those. See that? Easy peasy. Now, let's bring this piece in. And this piece, you're just going to kind of take the middle of it. So you kind of see where the middle is. Fold it. Fold the other side. And then what I do is I kind of, once I get the idea of where I want it, then I make those even. And then take your bone folder and just kind of give it some good creases there. Okay, that's all you need to do on that one. And then you can check it before you're actually going to glue it. Hold on to them, check it, and yep, and it's going to slide up there. Okay, then the next thing I do is I just take, because see there's a lot of extra there. So I just take and snip off a piece on this side and a piece from this side. And just kind of, whoops, I'm sorry, I was off camera. Just kind of guesstimate there. See? Now you're going to take your tear and tape, and let's put some tear and tape on here. And one more. Okay. So once you get your tear and tape on there, see how fast this is moving along because we already did the pre-stamping. There's a little extra right here, but that's fine because that's where you're going to put your embellishment. You want to put it on the front, so the back of the card, you don't see that. So then we're going to just take this, and what I did was I just put tear and tape across it. You don't need to pop this up. You got enough pop-up on it from the front of it. You've got enough pop-up here. So just put your tear and tape, and then I love belly bands on cards. I think they just make them look so cool. Then take this and just kind of see where your center is. Put that on. Kind of give it a little pinch from the back. There you go. There is your belly band to go on your card. Now let's take this, and you got those pieces here. Let me tell you at this point in time, thank you, Jane, because she realized that I don't give you the sizes of the cards, so if you want to recreate them, but you've already put your card together, it's hard to measure it out. So this is for the most difficult card. This is the directions I'm going to actually send you as a PDF. Shows you exactly how you're going to do it too. So if you can't follow it by the video, you got a paper to look at too. Okay, so all your sizes are in there, but let's go ahead and put the mats on our card because we can do that. And this one. And you will notice I'm using a different color cardstock. I actually, after doing the last video, I couldn't find the same cardstock. I might have run out of it, so I just put a different one together. But it all works in the end. Ugh, I am definitely off on that. And if you know me, that's going to drive me crazy, so... Let's see if I can kind of... No. Ah! So see, it doesn't just happen to you guys. It happens to me too. All right, let's see if we can do this better. Okay. Oh, much better. Okay. Still off by a little bit, but you don't tell anybody. I won't tell anybody. Okay, so now let's do this one. Perfect. Okay, now if we slide that in there, you'll actually think my card is done, but we haven't done the inside yet. So there's what it looks like there. So now let's take this piece and let's just go ahead and mat this one on there. Okay. Alrighty. And now we are going to work on the next part, which the next part is this here. So let's go ahead and cut out the circle, which, yep, that's my circle punch falling on the ground. I should have pulled my circle before I got to this point, but I didn't, so. Okay, so we're gonna take the circle, and I'm hoping that you have a circle this size, because I did not realize this when I did this card. This is, let me tell you the size of this circle. It is it is just under a 3-inch circle. So we're gonna put that right there, and you'll see it's right against the edges of this. And let me go ahead and cut that out. Sorry, I'm off camera, but I didn't want to have to bring my machine all under that camera. Okay. Now we have cut it out, so this piece, save it. You might use it for something else. You might want to put that on something else that you make. Okay, so this is actually the centerpiece here, okay? So let's set that aside for a minute. And now we're going to work on these two pieces. Don't mind that this is cut a little bit off. I didn't judge my paper very well, and I didn't want to waste it. So I figured that's going to be cut out anyways. So on this side, you're going to see where it says, for the peekaboo, take the two 3.5 by 4 pieces you have scored at a 1/2 inch. So you're scoring this at a 1/2 inch, which is just right there, and you're going to score the other one at a 1/2 inch. And don't listen to me. You're going to do it on, you're going to have the 4-inch side up here. So that's the 4-inch side. This is a 3.5 inch side. So on the 3.5 inch side is where you're going to score it. So just make sure you do the 4-inch on the top and then go to your 1/2 inch. Sometimes it's good when I make a mistake like that, because then I can point it out to you so that hopefully you don't make the same mistake. Then just kind of score those down. So this is actually not going to work the way I thought it was. Ah, well, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Okay, so now what you're gonna do, and this is probably the most trickiest part of it, but if you follow the directions, it's not that tricky, okay? So I want you to go in 2 inches from the scored side. So I'm going in 2 inches. This is where you're gonna need a pencil. So you can see I'm right on the edge there. Okay, I'm going in 2 inches, and I'm just gonna make a little dot. Then I'm gonna come up 1 3/4 inch. So just go to your 1 3/4. Actually, it's better if I do it this way. So you're gonna go to your 1 3/4, which is right here. and you're going to make a mark. And then you're going to make those two. So you got this one and your 2-inch are right here. So this is where you're going to go from your guide. Now you're going to take your ruler and you're going to go from the corner to that center dot. Okay? And then what I want you to do is I want you to just lightly put a pencil mark there. Don't worry about that other dot over there. So you're in 2 inches, up 1 3/4. And again, this is going to show you that. Okay, it's going to show you exactly how you're doing that. So then the other side, the same thing. Come down, lightly pencil, okay, and then bring your other one in, and let's do the exact same thing on here. So we're going in 2 inches. On camera, there. Go in 2 inches, make a little mark, come up 1 3/4 inches, which is kind of hard for me to figure that out because of my little spot I'm missing there. 1 3/4 inches, which is here. So I'm going to kind of make those two meet. Don't mind me. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so now we're going to take it, and if I put a... So if you have to do the same thing, then this works too. So when you make your little X there, you know your point is right in the center of that. And that ruler doesn't matter where. You just want to go from your corner to the center. Bring that down, flip it, and do the same thing over here, right to your corner. Perfect. Then you want to take your scissors. You can do it on your cutter. I have just found it's much easier to do your scissors. And then just cut that line right up to your center. Okay? And then take your other one and cut it right up to that center. Easy peasy. And then if you have any marks on there like this one because of the way that I did it, just erase them off. This is why you want to use a pencil. Don't use a pen on this part because it's not as easy to get a pen off as it is a pencil. So, and then just go back over it wherever you did that. Okay? My paper flew on the floor. So this is it. So see, we went from measuring it, then we marked it, and then we got down to this same piece. All right? I don't think that's going to be too difficult for you to put together. All right, now what you're going to do is we're going to bring these in. We're going to bring that card base back in, so let's put that aside. You're going to take these two pieces, and you're going to put, let's do this one first. We're going to put tear tape. So you want to put tear tape on this, and you can put it right up against that score line. Okay. And I like to double enforce things because I would just hate if one of my cards went to somebody and then it fell apart. Because I'm hoping that with all the work you put into these, people just keep them forever. Anyways, so now you're going to take this one. You're going to flip it over from where you have put that adhesive on there, okay? You are going to butt it up, and you're going to go kind of in the center of this, okay? You are going to butt it up against this score line, but not right against it. You want to be just a hair out from it. Okay? So that's what you're going to do. And that's going to be that mechanism that comes in and out when you fold your card. Okay? So now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Put the adhesive on this, right on the other side of the score line. Okay, take that off. I'm hoping I'm going to cover up that spot on mine that I didn't cut it right. Okay. Same thing on this one. Take it, that adhesive, and you want to make sure you're about the same as this side, okay? So kind of judge that in a little bit from the score line, and before you actually adhese it down, you can kind of go like this to make sure you're in the right area, because it is long enough. You just have to be able to see that you're on the other side of that score line. Don't push it all the way down, just give it a little bit, and then, yeah, I need to go up just a hair. So see how I didn't attach it like completely? I just, near that score line, but not in it. Oh, that's way off now. So I have to get up here. Oh, perfect now. Okay, almost perfect. Okay, so now you can burnish those down to make sure they get a good fit in there. Okay, now what you can do, and this is just a little tip from making these cards, just snip off those ends, just to give it a little more room to be going back and forth. You're not going to see out to that spot. And like I said, this is just from, this is not in the directions, it's just from me making this card and realizing that, that would be better to do it that way. So there, that is how you make your little peekaboo there. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring back in this piece. On this piece, I want you to just put your pop adhesives just across the top and across the bottom. And you want them as close to the top and bottom as possible, because you don't want it to hit your mechanism on your card. Okay? And then you can kind of test it. So put your card there and lay it, and you can kind of see what's going to happen there, right? Okay, so now just lay your whole card down, and now take your things off. Take your pop dots. Okay. And then make sure your lighthouses are going up and down, if it's lighthouses that you have. Then kind of lay those flat. In this, you're just going to go right against the bottom edge, centering it. And then it'll be right across the top edge too. Okay, so see how we did that? And now, when you close it and you open it, there's your peekaboo. I should have gone up a little bit on that. I can just barely see here, but I'm not going to take it all apart at this point. But just notice that, okay, that you need to go up just a little bit on that, because I didn't go up high enough on here, and I can see that. I can see the difference between the top and the bottom. But, and it might be where I cut my circle. My circle should have been down a little bit more. Yeah, that's what it was. My circle is cut in the wrong place. So when you cut your circle, just be careful that you cut it in the right place, because I'm going to have a problem with that catching. I wonder if I stick it under this way, if that would make a difference. Yeah. And I need to trim the top, I'm noticing. Okay, so anyways, stop being a perfectionist here, Patty, because that's what I'm doing. Now, this one is a little off. I'm sorry, guys. I can definitely see this is not one of the best ones I did. Now you're going to take your little message here. I did stamp the small ship, and then I offset it, and then I stamped it on another piece of paper and offset it again on this side, just to give it a little bit of background. Okay, and now what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece, you're going to put it inside of these little things. And I am going to have to fix this card. And then you're going to kind of center it where you want it in there. Okay, and then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a little adhesive, Actually, this is another little tip I'm going to give you. Put a little glue back there. Let's see if you can see where I put the glue. Oh, I guess okay. Because then you can maneuver it around. So see the little bit of glue back there? So now I'm going to take it and I'm going to be sliding it, and I can put it right where I want it to go. And that's good right there. And I definitely have to figure I'm going to replace this piece, because that's going to bother me that that didn't work out right. So there you go. And and let me show you on another one here. So there you go. Oh, and we need to put our anchor on. Forgot about the anchor. So we're going to take the anchor and we're going to take a little bit of that twine. And I'm sure you remember it from the other cards, because I think all 3 cards have anchors on them. We're going to run this through the little hole. And then we're going to pop this up and put it on the card. There we go. Clip those little pieces. And then this would go right here. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. Hope it's a easy tutorial for you to do. And again, you just put your belly band. That's the wrong belly band, but this belly band goes on this card. This belly band goes on this card. And this one's already on the card. So there you go, guys. Hope you don't have any problems with this one. If you do, just reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help you. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.